What's good, homies? Welcome back to another episode in our West Tigers rebuild series. In fact, this is our final game with Wests, and what better way to send them off than with a game in the grand final. We've got the whole extended cutscene happening before the game, and our opponent, as you will see in a sec here, are the North Queensland Cowboys, being led out by their newly named skipper Jason Taumalolo. I was definitely expecting the Cowboys to be in the final. They did finish the regular season on top, claiming that minor premiership as their own. As far as lineups go, we'll be welcoming back Jamal Idris into the second row, Chris Lawrence will retake his spot on the bench, and Alex Twell will be dropping out of the 17. As for the Cowboys lineup, it's pretty much your stock standard Cowboys lineup for 2018, with the inclusion of Jordan McLean on the bench. The last time we met the Cowboys was in round 22, playing at 1300 Smile Stadium, and they did beat us 16 points to 12. Alright, so we'll be starting off an attack here, a minute into the game. A beautiful run here by Ben Matulino, who runs over Lachlan Coote at the back, finally gets wrapped up outside their 40. Our forwards have really stepped it up for this final series as Elijah Taylor makes a break of his own, and he's going to get pulled down on their 20. On the third, we have both playmakers to the right as Reynolds goes out the back to McQueen with the fend, and we're still inching our way closer to their line, just outside their 10 right now. As we go out the back to Brooks to Reynolds with the cutout ball, and then an inside ball to Jamal Idris, who gets stopped in his tracks. Fifth and last, we have Reynolds deep, puts up the bomb, not the distance we're looking for, but we got Tupou chasing, makes the catch, and then passes it to Elijah Taylor, who opens the scoring. I was spamming the heck out of that pass button, because usually when you catch it like that, you get wrapped up and flipped on your back, but it looked like he could have scored himself, but unselfishly passed it to Elijah Taylor. As we take another look on the replay, Tupou goes up, and Taumalolo dives at no one, as Taylor scores our first try of the game. Alright, back with our sharpshooter to take the first kick at goal from right in front, and as you'd expect, Lolohea gets the 2 points, and we're leading by 6 points fairly early on into the game. Back in attack, it's Jamal Idris flat-footed, and he gets hammered in the tackle. On the fourth, we got Reynolds in the pocket. We try getting a kick away, but luckily we don't lose the ball in contact, as we have another shot here to clear it on the last. We got Brooks sitting in the pocket as we try and find space here. A pretty decent kick, I guess, fielded by Kyle Felt. On the return, steps around two defenders, one of them being Daniel Tupou, and he's actually going to race away. McCurrick was chasing, but Felt just had too much pace for him, as the Cowboys scored their first try of the game, right under the posts here. As we take another look at the replay, Kyle Felt, there was nothing really on. As soon as I saw that it was Tupou that got stepped, I didn't really bother to chase. As you can see, McCurrick there, no match for the pace of Kyle Felt. Alright, so we've got Kyle Felt lining up the shots at goal, as he converts his own try and ties the game up 10 minutes into the match. Alright, so we're back in attack through Packer, as he fends off a defender, and he gets rounded up just inside their half. On the second, we got Reynolds trying to attack the line, and he gets smashed in the tackle. Again, lucky to not lose the ball forward. We keep attacking this right side as we send it wide to Lolohea. Finding space, he gets pulled down 25 out from their line. On the fourth, we go out the back to McCurrick. He finds Packer, who straightens and runs straight through the line here. He gets pulled down just before the try line, fifth and last. And it's going to be Josh Reynolds once again putting up the bomb. This time it's a better kick, but it's well fielded there by the Cowboys, as the try scorer Kyle Felt makes it into the field of play. Alright, so after a pretty decent set by the Cowboys, we're back in attack, as Elijah Taylor goes on another monstrous run down the field, finds support in McCurrick, who gets grounded on the halfway line. Back with Russell Packer here, who gets driven backwards in the tackle this time, but we're seeing a lot of involvement by our forward pack. As we send it to Reynolds, drops a beautiful short ball to Idris finds Naingama, and we're going to race away for our second try of the game. Some beautiful ball playing there by Josh Reynolds, linking up with Jamal Idris. Looking back at the replay, man, I really love that setup. I usually send it wide to Naingama. We switch it up and pop it short to Idris, who slices through the line. We had looked like we had Thurston there in 2 minds as we eventually get it out to Nangama, and he's going to score our 2nd try of the game. Alright, back with Lolo here for the conversion. Another easy kick from right in front as we nail the kick and extend the lead to 6 heading into the break. Alright, so we are 40 minutes away from walking away with the premiership as the Tigers. As we take a look at the halftime stats here, the biggest standout here is right at the bottom with line breaks. We've made 16 line breaks just in that first half, only one of them leading to a try, but that just shows just how dominant our forwards have been, not only in this game, but throughout the final series. They've been pretty solid for us. We've pretty much just kept their time with ball in hand down to a minimum. As you can see there by time of possession, it's pretty much a 60-40 split in our favour. As we jump into the second half here, it's going to be McCurrick getting wrapped up. Second tackle, and it's going to be Aloiai who gets absolutely lined up by Scott Bolton, I think that was. As Dalmalolo gets wrapped up with the ball, as they go wide to Gavin Cooper, shrugs off Chris Lawrence, and he's going to score the Cowboys' 2nd try of the game early in the second half. All thanks to a big hit by one of their props, of course. And just like that, the game gets flipped around. As we take another look at the try here, they went wide to Cooper. Chris Lawrence looked like he had him wrapped up, but he just shrugs him off. A determined run by Gavin Cooper as he dives for their 2nd try of the match with the kick to come. Back with Fout to add the extras here. And as you'd expect, he gets the 2 points and ties the game up. Alright, so after a lot of back and forth, we're back with the Cowboys here. 74 minutes into the game, a break by Lachlan Coote as he gets out of Tupou's tackle, and I think he tried to go for a field goal here, but instead he knocks the ball on, and we're actually going to get the feed to the scrum inside our 30. So with the clock winding down, we have a scrum on our 30 with players lining up on the inside. And that's exactly where we go when we send it to Reynolds. Reynolds to Nangama, dummies inside to Tupou, and gets around his opposite as we get into a little bit of a foot race here with Antonio Winterstein on our heels, but we barely make it to the try line and take the lead with 5 minutes remaining in the game. That was a beautiful play off the scrum. As we take another look on the replay, Elijah Taylor from the base of the scrum sends it to Reynolds. Reynolds to Nangama with the big dummy and step. And Antonio Winterstein almost catches us, but we just kept running on an angle. Even Michael Morgan almost caught us here. I thought we were taunting a little too early as we make the dive to ground the ball and go up by 4 points with the kick to come by Tui Lolohea. It's actually another easy kick for us as we extend our lead to 6 points once again. And it's going to be the Cowboys here kicking off. Under 5 minutes remaining in the match. Tupou to Packer. Packer takes it up, bumps off one defender, and he gets wrapped up outside our 30. On the first, they're looking to run an inside ball play, but we play it safe here and we just send it to Idris to take it to the line. On the second, Packer takes it forward, slices through the ruck, and he gets driven backwards in the tackle. We're actually making some pretty decent meters here as we charge towards their half. Reynolds with the cutout ball to Tupou, and we're unable to find our winger as we get wrapped up just outside their 40. On the fourth, we go short to Idris, fends off one, gets a pass away to Elijah Taylor, and it's going to be Elijah Taylor racing away to score the final try of the game and seals the deal for us here. What a return by Jamal Idris, and what a game by our forwards in general. As we take another look here, makes the line break, sucks in two defenders. It's a bit of a sloppy pass he got away to Taylor, but it's scooped up by Taylor, our captain. He actually opened the scoring, and right here, scoring his second try and the final try of the season as Lolohea takes the shot at goal and pretty much puts a cherry on top of what was a masterful performance here in the grand final. It's not quite over yet. We do run the ball out one more time. We just run the clock down as we celebrate with Josh Reynolds and head towards the sideline. And that's going to be the game. Full time here at ANZ Stadium, we defeat the North Queensland Cowboys 24 points to 12 to win the premiership in our second year and our last year with the West Tigers. I'm not gonna lie, I came into this game quietly confident. Given our run throughout this final series, we beat the Knights 24 points to 12. We then beat the Sharks 22 points to 6, and then the Broncos 22 points to 12. So we pretty much had plenty of points in us. And if our forwards were to step up, the tries would come, and that's exactly what happened in this match. As Chris McQueen raises the trophy here. I don't know what happened there. I might have subbed off Taylor, I think late in the first half, and forgot to make him the captain when he came back on. But as you can see here, he does pick up man of the match, definitely putting in a captain type performance and gets rewarded with the man of the match. As for our next journey in career mode, it's been narrowed down to 3 teams, and you will see those teams in the upcoming vote here on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you get your vote in. Tomorrow we'll be starting our international campaign with England in the 4 Nations, and as always, if you watched the whole video up until this point, hit us up with the hashtag #OddSquad over everything. Slap the f*** out of that like button. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Congratulations, work so hard, forgot how to vacation.